Hi, welcome back to my channel where we shamelessly talk about the things that make us smile, especially beauty products. Today we're going to be talking about the Colourpop Build Your Own palette. Super cute, really excited about the Z palette. We're also going to be discussing their newly released color liquid eyeliners. I have 3 of them. And we'll be testing out Crown brushes. They sent me a ton to review. So if you're interested in that, please stick around. Alright, I'm pretty excited because today's video is actually a collab with my twin Ray Ray. Each of us got the email that Colourpop was doing the Build Your Own palette and it was on sale for half off, something like that. I called Ray Ray immediately and was like, do you know anything about Colourpop? Have you ever purchased from them? And she was like, I love Colourpop. I've never purchased from them before, so that's why I checked with her. So as soon as she said that, I was like, awesome, because I'm gonna get this Build Your Own palette. It's a Z palette. You also get to pick 24 individual eyeshadow pans. These are the colors that I picked. As you can see, they're extremely colorful. You can go over to Ray Ray's channel to see what she picked. She picked much more neutral tones. Now I'm also going to be testing a ton of the Crown brushes. So I am an affiliate with Crown. What's interesting about Crown, as they educated me, they sent me a ton of brushes. They're a private labeling company, so they manufacture tons and tons of brushes for brands around the world, including brands that are sold in Sephora, in Ulta, in department stores, and we just don't realize that we're buying their brand brushes. I think this is their Pro line that I have, and again, we'll go through everything together, but this is the brush I'm most excited about. I don't know why. I just love it. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on primer and do my brows, and I will be right back. First, we're going to put on the Tom Ford Traceless Perfecting Foundation, and I'm going to use the Crown C502 brush. So I'm going to be honest, a lot of times I apply foundation with just my hands. Okay, so already I can say that the brush takes up more foundation than just using my hands or I guess another brush. Alright, so I put the foundation on and I think it looks pretty good. The brush applied it well. It doesn't look streaky to me. I'm going to put some more on just because I like extra coverage because I then take photos for Instagram. I definitely wouldn't put this much on otherwise. So Crown is also said to be private label for Morphe as well. I don't know if they do all their brushes, but they're supposed to do some of them. So I did take a Morphe brush and a Crown brush and compare them. When you put them together, you can see that the handles are the exact same. They're the exact same length, the exact same ferrule. I mean, it's uncanny. Crown is a little bit less expensive than Morphe because you're buying it directly from them instead of going through somebody who's paid to have them private labeled. Just looking to see if it blended well. I think it's good. I like it. So I'm going to go in with my Born This Way concealer by Too Faced. So this is the C533 brush. Oh, I like this already. So Crown also sent me setting powder. They sent me a lot of makeup, so I'll do a separate video with the makeup, but I'm going to go ahead and try this one. This is similar to my La Mer powder in the sense that it gets everywhere. So the setting brush they sent me is C449. Setting powder's fine. I don't know that there's anything super special about it, but it worked just fine. I'm gonna use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Light to Medium Contour Kit. I use this shade right here, the shade Java. And this is the Crown C520 brush. And this is for contour. I'm just gonna draw a line. So I'm gonna use the C522 that they sent me. So I'm gonna blend up. Oh, I'm super excited about this. So this is the C523, which seems perfect for nose blending. Get a nice line down the nose, which I think is really hard for me to do. The brushes so far, this is the only one that's like a little bit stiffer, and I like a little bit stiffer when I'm trying to blend out. I think that looks good. So for my bronzer, I'm going to be using the Park Avenue Princess bronzer in the shade Carrot, and I'm going to go back in again with this C449 brush, the one that I used for my setting powder. I like how that turned out. It's good. The brush applied everything really well. And take a little bit of this lighter contour and put it under my eye to lighten up that area. I like to take some and put it right there to lighten up this area to bring out my contour even more. I'm going to go ahead and take a critical look at the eye brushes that they sent me. I feel like they did a pretty good job of sending almost everything I think I would need. This is the C529. I actually think this is probably more for a highlighter than for your eyes. Then I've also got these other 3 brushes. So this one actually doesn't have a number on it. I guess it's because it's private label. This is what I would use for blending. Oh, actually this is a little bit more. I would use this. This is kind of similar to the Worker. This is like their version of the Worker. And then this is the C515, which is like a pencil brush. And then this is really nice for packing on color. This is the C509. So I think that's perfect. I like what they have sent. I made a list of the colors I'm gonna go in with. So I like these colors. The colors I'm most excited about are silver and this pink, and I think Ray Ray got both of these. I'm gonna start with this kind of like pukey shade of yellow. And to do that, I'm gonna take the large shader that has no number, get some stuff on it, and just start applying crease area. Okay, so it's not showing up too intensely, which I like because I really want this to be a transition shade color. I'm gonna take a little bit more. Okay, so far with this shader, I think it did a good job of applying the color, blending it out well. It was easy to use. I've already noticed it's not as soft as my Sonia G brushes, or the other brushes that I spend so much money on. And maybe that's what you're paying for. I'm going in with pink, and I'm gonna just go a little bit lower this time. Oh, I like that pink, it's pretty. Okay, so I went a little high with the pink just there. I'm gonna start blending up to match. And then also I can go in a little bit later with the yellow and try to cover that up. I'm not having any fallout from these colors on me, but there's a lot of fallout on the pan itself. So from there I'm going to go in with purple. And for that I'm gonna use, oh, this doesn't have a number either, but this is the one that's similar to the worker brush. I'm gonna take that and apply it more into my crease. So the colors are really good. They stayed true to color, they didn't get muddy. Also the brushes are applying them well. I'm gonna take this purple and bring it down a little bit more on my outer V area. I'm gonna take this blending brush again, try to blend it out. And I'm gonna go back in, like along the top with that pukey yellow color. So now we're gonna go in with this brush. I'm going to use it and grab this pink color with my Urban Decay All Nighter. Look at that, that's so pretty. Just gorgeous. I'm like living it up. I'm like a little bit shocked at how good this is. Also, the brush is great. It's doing a fabulous job. Trying to soften the line and take the darker color, the darker purple that we used. So I'm gonna go ahead and try the pink. I might take black and go under it. Suddenly I have all these lashes. Okay, let's finish up the look. So now we wanna put on some blush. Best blush brush from what I'm seeing would be this one. It is the C522. All right, and now we're gonna go in with some highlighter. Oh crap, I just dropped my lid. My eyes look so cute. I've been dying to use this brush. It's the C501. This is the brush I was the most excited about. Yes, it did such a good job. That is a lot of highlighter. I mean, I look like a little crazy. You can just flick it. I love this brush. What is this? C501. If you get one brush from them, let it be the C501. I'm not gonna just stop with one highlighter color because I feel like you get more dimension when you use a couple. So I'm also gonna go in with this. I love it. I'm so excited about this brush. So I normally go in with more highlighter, the Artist Couture ones. I usually go in with the shade Cocoa Blanc. I think I'm still going to, but I'm not gonna use that brush. I think I'm gonna try this one, the 530. I'm just gonna put it right there, and I'm gonna be very precise. I don't know which lipstick to put on. I really wanna put that on. I'm the worst. Okay, so this is Melted Metallic in the shade Magic Metal Transformer. If I'm ever gonna wear this, now is the time. It's do or die. I shouldn't do it. I shouldn't do it, but I'm going to. I'm just gonna do it. Look at this. Oh my god. Don't do it, Lauren. She's gonna do it. Why did I do this? Oh god, I'm crazy. Oh my god. I'm like frosted and silver and pink, all things me. What we really came to review were the eyeshadows and the brushes and the liquid liners. So I'm gonna start with the liquid liners actually because I use the pink liquid liner. I think it's really good. I do think it looks a little bit dry. I think it's because these are matte liquid liners. Not a problem. I think they're nice. I like them. I think for $8, definitely a good buy. Enough said. Colourpop eyeshadows. I'm super impressed with these. Super impressed. This is beyond worth it. I love Pat McGrath, Natasha Denona, some of the more expensive palettes. This was, I think I paid $30, something like that, for 24 shadows. It was an amazing deal, and I got to pick all the shadows. Every shadow I tried, I loved. There wasn't a single shadow I didn't try that I wasn't like, that's amazing, I would use that. If this goes on sale again, I would 100% buy it. It is so cool that you can pick 24 different shades, all your own, and basically build a palette that represents you. This represents me very well. I also wanted to say they have different variations where you can get blushes as well. So the blushes are larger. I love it. I think it's a great little Z palette, and then obviously you can reuse the palette too. So it's such a great deal. Yes, I 100% support this. Now let's talk about these brushes. The cons. So there were two cons that I could think of. The first con is that some of the bristles did come off on my face. There were not many. Out of 12 brushes, I would say I had maybe 6 bristles total come off on my face, so that's not bad. But it's not a huge con in my opinion because like I said, it wasn't much. I have had other brushes sent to me that I've tried that I'm not even gonna bring onto the channel because they were a hot mess. Same issue, but like with so many bristles. Other con that I could think of. Some of the brushes were not as stiff as I would like them to be for the blending. So I would have liked this brush to be a little bit stiffer for the blending underneath my eye. However, I thought it was perfect for the blending above and below my brow. This one, I don't typically use angled brushes. I just don't like them. They're just not for me. But this is what I had that I felt like would be best of all the brushes for blending. And I thought that it was not stiff enough in order to blend. So that's like my complaint with this brush and with this one. I felt like both of these had that issue. I'm gonna be honest though, I liked all of these. I was a fan. They were good. I liked this for contour. I think that when I apply contour to my cheeks, I have a really big problem of getting it like all over like a big splotch, and then it's really difficult to blend and it gets kind of muddy and gross. Whereas this laid my contour down nicely. I also used this brush for contour on my nose and I thought it was nice. I liked this brush a lot. I liked this for setting my powder, and I also liked it for my bronzers. I think it's good for that. Foundation brush. I really liked this foundation brush. It did a good job blending. I think I had maybe one bristle come off from this one. Feels good, blends well. You can use it for multiple things. I used it also to like blend my contour in, so I liked it. I used the C530 for highlighter and I liked this a lot. It was good for applying it. My favorite brush that I tried today, the C501. Loved. This brush is my everything. It's so soft. It puts a ton of highlighter on. I bet it would be really good for blush or just anything. I feel like this brush could do anything. I think it would be good for powder too if you just wanted to like pat it on. I love you. I'm so happy that you're in my life and we will do many things together in the future. We'll put you here. These are also the eye brushes that I used today to complete this look. Well, not this one because I forgot I had it. But I got the job done with these brushes and I liked them a lot. They were great. Blending brush was perfect. It was good for my eye shape. If you have a similar eye shape, I would definitely recommend it. I also really liked this brush. You can use it to place color in your crease and you can also use it to blend everything out, so it's a good brush. This was a concealer brush, I'm pretty sure, but it's also perfect for laying down color and packing it on, especially shimmer color. So this was great. That's what I used this for. And then I also liked this brush, the C515. It is a pencil brush. It has a nice tip on it and it did a great job applying it where I wanted it to. All of these brushes are great. The only caveat I have is that it's not a caveat. For the price, this makes sense. So these are somewhat scratchy. They're not as scratchy as, say, Sigma brushes. I've had very scratchy Sigma brushes in my past. I didn't think that these were nearly as scratchy as those. So I do think these would be a really great buy. I'd actually recommend all of these brushes for your eyes. If you needed a brush set for eyes, I'm trying to think if I would add this one. I probably would because it wouldn't hurt. But like I said, I got the job done with just these and I think I could do a lot of looks. That actually might be a fun challenge to just do a couple eye looks with just my Crown brushes. I'm pleased with the line. Good job, Crown. Like, I like it. I would actually fully recommend and endorse them based on the brushes that I tried today. If you're interested in picking up any of these, you can use my code down below. The ones I would definitely recommend getting, if you already have brushes and you don't really need a bunch more, the ones that I see as like absolute must-haves are the C501 and the C520. Those are the two that I would say like don't miss out on these. But if you are someone who doesn't have a lot of brushes and like you're like, hey, I'm looking for brushes and I want inexpensive ones, the ones I would recommend are these two. And then also for your face, I would recommend these two. So I think this foundation brush is perfect, great for foundation. This 499 is great for bronzer and setting powder. It's dual purpose. This is great for contour, the C520. You can even use it on your nose. And then the C501 is my everything. Please buy her. She's great. So I would recommend those for your face as like must-haves. I also would recommend this one, the C533, if you need something to blend out your concealer. If you have eye brushes already and you're just like, oh, what one should I have? The one I would not miss out on is the 509, the one I used to pack on the shimmer. I thought this was a good brush. It was a good shape. You can see it's not like completely round and it just like applied it really well, even better than some of my other synthetic brushes that I use for that. This is like the one I wouldn't miss out on. So these would be the three that I would buy if it's like I'm a collector and I just want more brushes but I already have a ton, just these three. But like I said, I would get these face brushes if you need face brushes, and if you need eye brushes, I would get all four of these, and I would probably get this one too. I don't think you need it, but I would get it anyway. I think that these brushes will get the job done for you. I like all of these and think they're great and I highly recommend them. I hope that's helpful. Did I review everything? I think I did. I'm actually kind of tired of talking, so I'm gonna stop and just say thank you so much for joining me today. Like, this was fun. It was great. I love having these chats. I wish that I could upload more frequently. I'm just slow at editing. So hopefully I'll get better. If you want to go ahead and leave a comment below, I'd really appreciate it. I'd love to hear what you'd love to see more of. And if you want to hit the like button, that would help me. So feel free to do that. And don't forget to subscribe. We'd love to have you join the family. All right, bye.